Must be. It must be.
I think I need some batteries for that.
I got you a better lighter. A normal one. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Hi friends, Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos.
Shabbos, Shabbat Shalom.
It is, it's still Valentine's Day, not our holiday, but, people like it. Story's kind of grotesque and gross, but don't want to go over that tonight. But we are here. It was a nice day today, a little chilly, according to some people. I mean, I like this weather, but up in Pennsylvania, they still have snow and ice, and they're planning on getting some more. So, but we are here. It's Friday night. We're on Shabbat. Amy's going to come up and Ben Schlicht for us. And we are on pages 2 and 3.
As the Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Make this one together.
If that one doesn't work, we're going to come with the sticks.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Thank you. All right, we are beginning to welcome Shabbat, and let's continue on page 9. Page 9, let's read responsibly in English. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. There are days when we act as if we care nothing for the rights of others. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We're going to jump to page 20 and encounter a song brought to us by Shlomo Halevi Altabetz, one of the great Mekubalim in the mystical city of Sfat. And let's welcome the Shabbos bride. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor zachor b'dibur echad, Ishme'anu el hamiuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet ve'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor ha'bracha, merosh mikedem nehesucha. Sof ma'aseh machshava tchila, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech Melucha, kumitzi mitoch afecha, rab lach shevet v'yemecha b'cha, v'hu yachamol alai chemla, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitnari me'afar kumi, livshi bigdei tifartei chami, Al yad minishai beit halachmi, korva el nafshi ge'ala, lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitorri, ki va orek kumi ori, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקומי, מה תשתוכחי מה תהמי, בך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנתה עיר אל תילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, והיו לשמשה שוסייך, ורחקו כל מבלייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כי ימסוס חתן על כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוצי, ואת אדוני תריצי, על יד איש בן פרצי, ונהי שמחה ונגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וסהולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Page 22, let's read the outdented paragraph together in English. This is from the Psalm 92, which is the Psalm for Shabbat. A psalm, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together. You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. Sadik katamar yifrach ke'erez balvanon yihiske shetuli beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yahafrichu. Oh, Jenu Beseva, Yeshenim Bera'anani, Yihiyu Lehagi, Ki Ashar Adonai, Suri Velo Avlatabo. Page 24, we'll welcome the angels according to Shabbat 119b. The angels come to spend Shabbat with us. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Hi Melech, Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech malachei amlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Please rise, page 146. We have welcomed Shabbat. It is with us. And now we go into the Arvit service, the evening service for Shabbat. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated. Let's continue on page 147. Let's read together the verses in the lines in English. Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom. Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish. But your sovereignty endures. Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Page 148, let's read responsively. In each age we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment we are addressed by the world.
In each age we are challenged by our ancient teachings. In each moment we stand face to face with truth.
In each age we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment the knowing heart is filled with wonder.
In each age the children of Torah and pilgrims seek the world with truth.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher Anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinanta levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al muzazot beitecha uv'hisharecha leman tizkaruhu v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'elohechem ahani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Page 151, let's read responsively. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that one is
Before our eyes, there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness. When will redemption come? Long ago, we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High. Top of 152. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nahora tehilot, ohusei feheleh, malchutecha ra'u v'anecha, bokeyam lifnei Moshe, zeili anu v'amruhu, Adonai yimloch, Le'olam va'ed, v'nemar ki fad Adonai et Yaakov, u'galom yad chazak mimenu, baruch atah Adonai, gal Yisrael. Page 153 at the top, first two lines of Hashkivenu. Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom V'Hamidenu Shomreinu L'Chaim. Let's read together in English. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth. You are true protection and safety. In your presence we find love and acceptance. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Page 154, some verses from the book of Exodus. It's not Shabbat without it, it's Vishamru. Vishamru B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם בראית העולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראית העולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראית העולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראית העולם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם בראית העולם. Please rise, page 155. We'll begin the Amidah together. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu V'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Hanora El Elyon Omer Chasadim Tovim V'konei hakol V'zocher chasdei avot v'imahot U'mevii goel lidei bneihem L'ma'an shemo b'ahava Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'ezrat Sarah Atah gibor le'olam Adonai Mechaye metim hatarav lehoshia, mashiv haruach umorid hagashem, mechakel chayim bechesed, mechaye metim berachamim rabim,
סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו בשני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורה, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. בנאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
Okay, let's continue on page 160. Let's read these lines together in English. 160. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may we all live in such a way that this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Page 163, a little bit of hoda'ah, a little bit of gratitude. Lots to be grateful for this week. Cantor Beth got back to Florida safely, and that means she's out of my hair for 4 to 6 weeks, and so lots to be grateful for there. No, but she really enjoyed her visit and looks forward to coming back. Page 163, let's read responsibly. For the good in us which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. The desire in us which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful.
Hope of tomorrow, all praise to the source of being.
On page 164, we'll close out, as always, with a prayer for peace. In the evening, it's Shalom Rav. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך
Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Praise you, Adonai, who blesses your people, Israel, with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamevarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. We'll jump ahead to page 253, one of our many prayers for healing. This one is Misha Berach, middle of page 253. Misha Berach, Ahavotenu, Mekor Habracha, Laimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu, Mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Pages 258 and 259, prayers of our community. And Mr. Vice President, how about the prayer for our congregation, top of 258?
Source of all being, may the children of this community learn these passions from us: love of Torah, devotion and prayer, and support of the needy. May we guide with integrity, and may our leadership be in your service. May those who teach and nourish us be blessed with satisfaction, and may we appreciate their time and their devotion. Bless us with the fruits of wisdom and understanding, and may our efforts bring fulfillment and joy.
Baruch atah Adonai, shotecha levarcha bira na'avod. Maury, the prayer for our country.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit.
Amen.
Amen.
Shalom, shalom, Yerushalayim, Yishlayu, Havayich. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May all those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabashmaim, Sur Yisrael, V'golo, Barech et Medinat Yisrael, Reishit Smichat Gulatenu. Hagen Aleha B'Avrach Chasdecha, Ufros Aleha Sukat Shlomecha, Ushlach Orcha V'Amitcha L'Rasheha, Sareha V'Yoetzeha. B'Tatneim B'Eitza Tova Milfanecha, V'Natata Shalom Ba'aretz, V'Simchat Olam Liyoshveha, V'Nomar Amen. Toby, how about the prayer for Israel in English?
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land for all who dwell there in fullness of joy. Amen.
Amen. All right, friends, Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos.
Shalom.
This week's Parsha is Yitro. I love how they translate it into English.
Jethro. Sounds like some hillbilly from Beverly Hills. But Yitro is one of 5 parshiot that are named after actual human beings. And there's no great mystery to it. It's the first major word in the parsha, but it happens only 5 times. It happens with Noach, Yitro, Balak, Korach, and
Sarah.
no,
It's Chaye Sarah.
yes, but her first name isn't Chaye. Noach, Yitro, Balaam, Pinchas, and Korach. 5. And if you want to put Chaye Sarah, but it won't find its way into the record book. Yitro is Moshe's father-in-law, and he's a Midianite priest. And he hears what God has done for Moshe, and that Moshe has freed Bnei Yisrael. And so he schleps Zipporah, Moshe's wife, and their 2 sons, Gershom and Eliezer, to the camp. Moses had left them behind when they were going about taking leave of Mitzrayim, and Yitro brings the family back. Yitro heard what God had done for Bnei Yisrael and says, Baruch Adonai. And it's the first time that form is used. We now know it's Baruch Atah Adonai when we say a blessing. But Yitro, the Midianite priest, was the first one to use Baruch Adonai, blessed be God, or blessed is God. The next day after he gets there, he watches as large numbers of people bring their disputes to Moshe. And he pulls Moshe aside and says, listen, kid, what you're doing, it's all wrong. It's too much for you because you sit all day listening to people moan and groan. And it's too much for the people because they spend all day waiting in line to come to you to moan and groan. He suggests that Moshe sets up a system of judges. And that'll be good for everybody because Moshe can focus on the major cases, and the minor cases he can dole out to other judges. It works. Moshe relaxes a little bit, and the people aren't nearly as testy. And then Yitro returns back home to Midian. We jump ahead 3 months, and Moshe leads the people to Har Sinai. And this is, if you are familiar with Cecil B. DeMille, this is his big moment, right? This is where we get the Aseret Hadibrot. We get the 10 utterances. But before that happens, God explains the Brit. God explains the covenant that God has done and will continue to do for us. But there's an expectation that, we'll do stuff as well. And so God says, you're going to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. You're going to be an Am Kadosh. You're going to be people set apart from others. And sometimes people look at that as the chosen people, and they use that as, see, the Jews think they're special. Well, we are special, but the idea of being chosen is that we're chosen for a specific purpose. We're not chosen for preferential treatment. And when Moshe relates what God has said, and when the people hear what God has said, they say, all God has spoken, we will do. 3 days later, they wake up and the mountain appears to be on fire. Smoke is rising from the peaks, and they hear these long shofar blasts. And the people are very much afraid, and they say to Moshe, you go. We'll stay back here and wait for you. And so he ascends into the cloud, he ascends onto the mountain, and he receives the Aseret Hadibrot. He receives the 10 utterances. And the rest is history. And so this week we had 17 mitzvot. We had 3 ta'aseh, 3 do's, and 14 don'ts, for a total of 17. And that is our Torah portion in a nutshell. I have been scouring the news for good news. I'm having a difficult time. Even stuff that I think is good news, it's not so good. But I did find an interesting a story about HUCJIR. HUC is Hebrew Union College, Jewish Institute of Religion. Most of you, or some of you might know that the Reform movement in America began in Cincinnati. Isaac Mayer Weiss came over, established a rabbinical college, and started ordaining homegrown American rabbis. They have 3 campuses in the States and 1 in Jerusalem. They have the main campus, or the center campus in Cincinnati, which is closing. And then they have a campus in New York, a campus in Los Angeles, and the campus in Jerusalem. So New York City's campus is moving. They have been in the Greenwich Village area for 46 years. And that's a long time. But they're moving to a smaller space on the Upper West Side. Now, if you know Manhattan, Upper West Side, that's where the Jews are, that neighborhood. It used to be the Lower East Side, but then everybody moved uptown, and it's the Upper West Side. They're moving into a former National Guard armory on West 66th Street. They sold the Greenwich Village building, which was near NYU, and they sold it to NYU because NYU was expanding and always looking for good real estate, and they sold it for $75.5 million. The new property cost $34 million. So, they sold the old one for twice what they paid for the new one. And the remainder of the money from that $75.5 million is going to go into bolster the endowment. So it was a pretty smart deal, Andrew Reffeld, the seminary president, said, "We just don't need the space. We're trying to consolidate our holdings." As I said, they were there 46 years in Greenwich Village. The Reform movement is the largest Jewish group, largest Jewish denomination in the U.S., and 33% of American Jews identify as Reform. But I think part of the reason for the move is that in the last couple of decades, theological schools, rabbinical schools, Christian seminaries have seen a decline in enrollment. There are just fewer students going to become clergy. Part of it is, the big reason I know in the rabbinical world is that rabbis have gotten tired of having 300 bosses, especially congregation rabbis. Fewer and fewer rabbis are going into congregational work because they just don't have the stamina, right? They go into communal work, they go into chaplaincy, they go into teaching, they go into anything where it's usually just one boss that they have to answer to. And that started back when, just before I started rabbinical school, where they noticed that there were fewer and fewer rabbis entering into the pulpits. The decline with rabbinical school, the decline in Christianity rabbinical schools, there's a decline in Jewishly engaged Americans. There are fewer and fewer American Jews who are engaging in Jewish life. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not there or that nobody's engaging. It's just that compared to 40, 50, 60 years ago, the numbers are way down. There are other things that people would rather be doing. Jews have now smaller families. We're not talking the ultra-Orthodox world where they have 20 kids, but we're talking about conservative, Reform, Reconstructionist, New Age, the non-denominational kind of Jews. 2 kids, 1 kid, no longer the bigger families. And there's a general decline in denominational affiliation and loyalty. And I've been watching this for the 24 years I'm a rabbi. Denominationalism is dead. The shuls that are thriving, and it's not just in big cities, even in smaller communities, are synagogues that eschew the title Reform or Conservative and just say that we are Jews, and we have our own set of customs. We have our own minhagim. We draw from the Reform movement, we draw from the conservative movement, we draw from the Orthodox movements, but we are our own people, and we don't want to toe the line for any one particular group. Those synagogues are thriving. Places that say we're conservative, we're Reform, they are dying because there's no, people say, what's the added benefit, or what's the added benefit to being a member of a denomination? You know, it depends on what you're hoping to get. The other thing that the Reform movement's doing, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, just because, you know, I'm a bit of a dinosaur, they're what they call, quote unquote, a virtual pathway to the rabbinate. That you can now become a rabbi mostly online, study from home, and at least twice a year go to in-person intensives. Now, again, when I was in rabbinical school, we were there 8, 12, 15 hours a day learning, and then going out into the community and doing stuff. But I had to put everything on hold. I gave up teaching at university to go to rabbinical school. And what they think is that this virtual pathway would be great for second career students, people who don't want to go and spend 4, 6, 8 years going to class again. And it can be done part-time, and people can keep their day jobs. I don't know. It might work. Other seminaries, both Christian and Jewish, have been doing something like that, but this is the first time that one of the majors is offering this virtual pathway. It's an interesting idea, and you know, we need to wait and see if it works. It might. I don't know. Maybe this is a generation that can do it. Can do it because they spend most of their time online anyway, so they might as well be learning. But that's the good news this week, right? In the Jewish world, which I think it's all great news. HUC is getting a new campus, wise investment of money, and a virtual pathway to the rabbinate. So that's it, friends. Shabbat shalom. Mike. No, Mark.
Do you know when or why Cincinnati is closing?
Lack of enrollment.
Really? You know when? Somebody told me they're already closed. but
I think they're
online.
closed in terms of, last I heard, now this has been a couple of years now. Last I heard, they were waiting for the current classes to graduate.
But they have an online presence still.
Yeah. I mean, the buildings and stuff are being used for Jewish communal things, and so it's not like they're just picking up and going away. But what's interesting, and I didn't write the numbers down. I forget how many students they have in New York. But there's a non-denominational seminary called the Academy for Jewish Religion. And if the Reform School had 26 students, AJR had 52. It's non-denominational, which makes it difficult for the rabbis who want to go into the pulpit to get jobs at conservative or Reform synagogues. But because we have this new group or this new phenomena of non-denominational or non-denominational affiliated synagogues, they scoop them right up. So, but denominationalism is dying, and it's not even a slow death anymore. It's a quick death. Big synagogues are closing, places that never thought that they would close. And these little pop-up places are thriving. It's, I don't know. But, you know, American Judaism is going to be like Yiddish, perpetually dying and going to be around for, 5 centuries or more. All right, Maury.
Kiddush.
Maury, I don't know what I would do without you here on Friday nights.
I know what, we would have no kiddush. All right. Erev Boker Yom HaShishi, Vayachulu Hashamayim v'Haaretz v'chol tzivam, Vayachal Elohim Bayom HaShvi'i Melachto Asher Asa, Vayishbot Bayom HaShvi'i Mikol Melachto Asher Asa, Vayavarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i Vayikadesh Oto, Pivo Shavat Mikol Melachto Asher bara Elohim la'asod. Savri,
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon, inchilanu, Zicharon lemaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'acharta, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, V'ahava uvratzon inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Nothing better than Kedem grape juice. Please remain standing as we begin closing out our service with Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'sheit kedula liotzer reshit, shelo asanu k'kroye haratzon, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, V'goraleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch. All right, so Baruch. Shehu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz, u'moshev yikaro b'shamayim imal, u'shchinatu zo, v'govei meromim, u'Eloheinu Einod, emet malkeinu efes ulato, kakatu b'torato, yadata hayom v'hashevota, Elevavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim, v'shamayim imal, v'al haaretz, miftachat Einod. Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed, v'nehemar, v'aya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yihye Adonai echad, u'shemoho, echad. You may be seated. This week we observe the following yahrzeits. Ethel Levine, wife of Milton, mother of Sheldon and Bernard, Regina's grandmother. Celia Addlestone Ritter, Charlie Ritter's wife, mother of David, Maury, and Evelyn. Ruth Cohen Glick, Bob's wife. Billy's and Barbara's mother, David's aunt. Philip Cohen, Ernst Billig's uncle. Heit Bro, wife of Charles, Tony Bro's stepmother. Millie Schwartz Hartz, wife of Francis, Murray's aunt, mother of Shelley and Eileen. Robert Tarbett Jr., Patricia Hyman's brother, Derek's uncle. Rose Zilberstein, wife of Julian. June Rice, friend and relative of Michael Spindell. Molly Slater, Izzy Booth's sister. Paul E. Carlson, Toby Murphy's grandfather. Alfred Feinberg, A.H. Frankel's brother-in-law. Herman Feinberg's brother. Burnett Weinswag, David's father. Jenny Levinson, friend and relative of David Ritter. Audie Wormser, Vic's relative. Lillian Fetter, Noah's wife, mother of Marvin and David. Nathan Jurin, husband of Rebecca and great-grandfather of Nathan Daniel Jurin. Sarah Feinberg, Herman's mother. Anna Elderman, daughter of Al and Rose. Lillian S. Levine, Larry and Chuck's mother. Sarah Glick, Max Glick's wife. Great aunt of David, Billy, and Barbara. Hoyt Lee Williams, Judy's late husband. Sean Chapin, Sherry Solochik's nephew, Mike's grandson. Elizabeth Landau Bro, Betsy, I guess her name was Betsy Henry Bro's wife, mother of Susan and Peter. Claudine Shirakia Monroe, Miranda's mother. Walter L. Kaplan, Ruth Eggel's father. Nancy Sweeney, Scott Murphy's grandmother. Barbara Spindell, Michael's mother. Dorothy Katz, friend or relative of Eve Feinberg. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May their memories be a blessing to us all, and may they all rest in peace. Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 294. Yeah, 294, right where I left it. Yitkadal v'yitkadosh shmei Rabbah, v'alma divrach Yerusei v'yamlik malchusei, v'chayecho v'yomecho v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach l'olam l'mei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shmei Kudusha Brechu, Le'elam Yinkol Birchata V'Shirata, Tushbachata V'Nechamata, Da'amiram Ba'alma V'Yimru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen. Oseh Shalom Yimromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen. All right, friends, Shabbat Shalom and good Shabbos. A couple of quick announcements. Services tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and then again Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Sunday afternoon at 1, I'll be having the Hebrew class, and then at 2, the introduction to the Siddur and Jewish prayer. And we are in the midst of the Amidah, learning all the choreography, all the parts, and so that's if you're interested, please join us. I'm taking a bit of vacation, so I'll be gone from Tuesday until the following week, but don't worry, you'll be in good hands. We have people who are going to lead, and if you need something after Thursday, I'll be back in cell range, so if you need something, just get a hold of Pam or Mark or Hoyt or anybody, and they can find me. It's not difficult in the age of digital stuff. And that's that. Monday morning at 11 at Spring Hill, we're going to have an unveiling for our friend Barry Thompson, and so weather permitting. So if the weather is out of hand, watch your email
I'll be talking to Judith Monday morning, and the Torah never the Torah never teaches us do something stupid. So if the weather is inclement, we're going to cancel because we can always reschedule an unveiling. The raffle's coming up the end of April.
April 27.
April 27. Not a prime number, but it works. Buy, sell. Mark is in charge. So he'll give you the secret winning tickets if you're willing to pay for them. So
He pulls the numbers out.
he pulls the numbers out. Never pulls mine out, but that's okay.
Mine neither.
Okay, well, that works. But the raffle's coming up. Purim's coming up. We're already planning for Purim. Passover's coming up. We're getting closer to Passover. So start cleaning now. It's never too early to start cleaning. Mark, have I missed anything?
I don't think so.
All right. Did you have anything else you want to come?
No, you're good.
All right. You heard it. It's here. I'm good. All right. Page 321. Let's close out with Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'et Nasa B'chefso Kol Azai Mehelech Shemo Nivra V'Acharei Kiklot HaKol Levahado Imloch Noga V'hu Haya V'hu Hove V'hu Yeh B'tifara V'hu Echad V'ein Sheni Laham Shelo Lahachbira V'li Reishit V'li Tachlit V'lo Haoz V'ham Yisra V'hu Eli V'chai Goali V'tzuchet Li B'yeit Sahara V'hu Nisi Umanosli V'nat Kosi V'yomekra V'yahado Akid Ruchi V'yeti Shan V'yahira V'imruchi Gviati Adonai Li V'lo Thank you. All right, friends, let's see who says hello to us via the intertubes this week. We have Ron Innerfield, Shabbat Shalom, finally back in the USA. Looking forward to returning to live services. Same here, Ron. Glad you're back. David Johnson, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, David. Donna Wilson, Shabbat Shalom. Hope everyone has a good umbrella and rain boots. All right, Donna, I'm going to take you up on that. There's GDT from the warm state of Florida. Grant David Tate, Shabbat Shalom, and good Shabbos, everyone. Love from Florida, USA. Thank you, GDT. And there's Mom, Shabbat Shalom to all from Rabbi's mom and Cliff from Cold, PA. And then there's Zevin Music. I have an understanding of, I think I know who that one is. Says Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Zevin Music. Shabbat Shalom to you as well. All right, friends. If it's not raining, please go out and enjoy the Shabbos. If it's raining, listen to what Donna said, and an umbrella and rain boots. And I want to wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom, a good Shabbos, and please be careful out there.
Good job. Good job.